This batter looks so good. Oh my god.
Hey guys, it's me, Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. So today is Saturday and I realized I really wanted to make healthy chocolate chip cookies, and one of my favorite YouTubers since literally years ago, like I've been watching her for years, since high school. She has a paleo cookie recipe on her page and I want to try it out just because her and I both have a sweet tooth and both try to eat low sugar, and so with that I think this is going to be kind of fun. So the YouTuber that I'm using for the recipe is Sarah's Day, and right now she's actually super pregnant so I am so excited for her little boy to pop out. But yeah, if you guys watch Sarah's Day, please let me know because I am obsessed with her. Like, her channel is always just such good vibes. And if you're curious, the recipe is this one right here. So I went to Whole Foods this morning and I got all of the ingredients. It came to really expensive because Whole Foods is so pricey, and also when you're getting weird stuff like coconut flour and almond meal, it really adds up. But let's just get the ball rolling. First, I have to bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's getting started now. All right, I'm gonna put them on this bad boy here. Okay, so this is just gonna be an emotional journey that we can both do together, and I love baking, so I feel like this is gonna be kind of fun. I need to get a bowl. Okay, so we have these guys here. The first thing that Sarah does is she mixes up all of the dry ingredients first. So we'll just get started with that, and it starts with 1.5 cups of almond flour. I'm just using Bob's Red Mill, this stuff right here. I realized I might as well just tell you guys how my work life has been going. So I had my first ever review at work, and after my first busy season, I was pretty nervous because I obviously, like, we're infants, like we don't know how to do anything yet, and we kind of have to be walked through everything. But I had a really good review, and my seniors are like so sweet. I'm so grateful because who you work with is literally everything. So that just really set the tone to get me extra excited about my compliance busy season, which is kind of crazy. I don't want to be one of those people who's crazy about overworking themselves, but I think that I have a really good mentality about it, and so far I haven't been stressed or doing 12-hour days. So we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of coconut flour. But one thing that I do to de-stress, which you guys all know, is that I like to do YouTube. And I'm just such a creative person that I need to do stuff like this, or else I'd go crazy and I wouldn't last nearly as long as I would like to doing what I do, which is accounting. In case you don't know, accounting is pretty boring, honestly. It's very repetitive, and so this creativity through baking and YouTube is like very fun for me. We need 4 tablespoons of this. Sarah's kind of chill and she eyeballs it, so I'm just gonna use a spoon and assume it's a tablespoon. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That part is looking good. This stuff smells so good right now. Next, I need to throw in a little bit of baking powder. So this is 3/4 of a teaspoon, so probably like that much. Next, we need some pink Himalayan salt. I love pink Himalayan salt. I actually have it every day on my eggs. So I already had that and I didn't have to buy it from Whole Foods, which was a nice way to save a little bit, I guess. Total today came to $50, and like it wasn't even food shopping for my week. It was literally just like getting the ingredients for cookies and pancakes, which I had this morning. There's not really a specific amount for this. I think that she also ground it in, so I'm just gonna do like maybe 3 like crunches of it, I guess. 1 crunch, 2, 3. I like them extra salty, so. And then the next 2 ingredients are going to be vanilla and cinnamon, and those are kind of just, you know, fun flavoring kind of ingredients. Stay tuned. I need to find this. We're gonna be using this cinnamon and just a dash of this vanilla, which was in our pantry. So one thing that Sarah does do is she uses vanilla powder, which It looks really interesting, but I've actually never tried vanilla bean powder. And I don't know if it's touted to be like more holistic or a little bit less processed, but I don't have it and I think that's okay. Then time for the cinnamon.
So here we have all the dry ingredients.
So next step is to get onto the wet ingredients, and that's going to be including coconut oil, and just gonna microwave a little bit in here. My coconut oil, some people, it stays liquid in their pantry, but mine always ends up going solid, and I just use this Whole Foods brand. I don't know, I swear, like I wasn't raised on Whole Foods, you guys. I was raised on Market Basket. And so with that, this is painful to spend this much because I don't believe that like where you shop is a reflection of your health or like how seriously you take it. So like this to me is just like silly, but I don't really have the option. All right, so 2 tablespoons. This is like maybe 1.5, whatever. As you guys can see, I'm pretty chill with my baking. I actually grew up very into baking because I'd always bake with my grandmother and we make Swedish limpa bread. So like I'm pretty comfortable winging the amounts and it always ends up fine. But one thing I do want to say is I am following this recipe pretty much exactly. So it is going to be like a genuine reflection of how it is. It's just like Sarah and I, we both seem to like to wing it a little bit with the amounts because she's always like a dash of cinnamon, a dash of this. I don't know, baking's supposed to be fun, so throw that in there. So this is where I'm going to be changing her recipe a little bit, is she does a heaping teaspoon of honey and a teaspoon of rice malt syrup. Those are 2 things that I don't have and I didn't feel like buying them because I just don't really like honey. So I'm just using the exact same amount but of maple syrup for the total. I actually love maple syrup. I used to put this in my tea instead of honey when I was younger. It's obviously a pretty okay alternative to be using, I'm hoping. So this is looking nice and melted. So essentially it seems to be about 2 teaspoons of this sweetener. Ooh, and when I'm doing this, I realized I missed 1 dry ingredient, so we're gonna be doing that one next, and that is the coconut sugar. Another teaspoon. Ooh. It's not mixing amazingly, but it's okay. Hakuna Matata, it's Saturday, I'm not working, it was just 3:15, aka big due day, you know, no stress here. I need a tablespoon of coconut sugar, so I might just use the same spoon, honestly. Oh my god, if that went flying everywhere, I literally would have actually cried. Here is like about 1 tablespoon right there. Coconut sugar is a really great alternative for regular refined sugars just because it supposedly has a lower glycemic index, aka it's gonna spike your blood sugar a lot less. And if you guys are true followers of this YouTube channel, you've heard me mention I try to not eat a lot of sugar because my skin breaks out from it, which is really annoying because I love sugar. And it's actually really funny because Sarah's day went through the exact same thing and she made a whole YouTube video on it, which is kind of I think the first time that I discovered her was I was watching her How I Holistically Healed My Acne video, and since then I've been a fan of hers for years. But it's crazy to think that a lot of us are, you know, pursuing health for similar reasons, and a lot of it in the end is pretty cosmetic. You know, that's life, and clearly if my skin reacts to too much sugar, it's probably something I shouldn't be doing. She adds the 2 sets of ingredients together. She also adds in 1 egg. She also adds dashes of almond milk to get it to the right consistency, and I just love how chill this recipe is because I don't really feel that obsessive about the amounts, and it's clear that she's not either. You can obsess over so many things in life with the right reason and it might as well not be baking cookies, honestly. Next is my favorite part, and it is the chocolate chips. She chops up a dark chocolate bar, I think, in her video, but I'm just gonna be using these mega chunk dairy-free chocolate chips. Again, I don't really eat dairy too. Like, we both just have such a similar approach towards like what works with our bodies, and that's just why I love her channel so much. I'm gonna make it rain over here.
This batter looks so good. Oh my god.
At this time, I'm going to spray this pan and start loading it up. but I feel like it might just be worth talking about myself a little bit more, I guess, while I'm doing this. So the thing is, I feel like this video is gonna be either my subscribers watching it, but I think it also might pull in people who like Sarah's Day and are curious about this recipe. So if that's the case, welcome. This is probably the first video that you've watched of mine. So I am an accountant, I live in Boston, I just graduated in May, and I started making YouTube videos. I have always loved YouTube, and I've always watched kind of baking videos on it and other fitness YouTubers or makeup tutorials, and I kind of saw it's about time that I contribute a little bit to a platform that I think has really impacted me more than I'd like to say. I mean, it's 2019, it's time to shoot our shots. I feel so uncomfortable, honestly, knowing that a lot of people from college who I graduated with know about this channel, but like, I don't know, it's just, I don't want to care anymore, and I'm having fun making a little bit of money, honestly. Like, I think I'm gonna be making a check, my first ever check from YouTube this month. And I feel like I'm literally living the dream if that's the case. Like, even a $100 check would be really exciting. So this is my sign to you to just go after whatever you're thinking about. But I will be going back to work on Monday, and I think things are gonna be picking up. I've been waiting to get started with compliance work for accounting, which is basically typing up, communicating all of these hacks of financial information. Okay, this is a mini cookie, so maybe I'll add this. I have the last little bit of dough left, whatever. These look amazing. They look so good. Let's just pop that in there. So it's now time to wait and see how that recipe goes, and I might try some of the cookie dough as well. Okay, so let's see. This is some of the dough. I like it. I think it's kind of almondy. That's it. That's gonna be a good recipe. Cannot wait for these to be done. I'm gonna go put on a timer, and I'll get back to you guys when they come out. I'm back. They just got out of the oven. It took about maybe 15 minutes, but that was definitely getting close to too much, so just be wary of that. But they're over here and they look amazing. Cue the cookie montage now.
They're soft.
They're soft? Oh my god, I didn't expect that. Okay, so I'm gonna now try this.
They're good. Not bad.
Here's the verdict. Greg, what would you give them out of 10?
Like, I like sweet cookies, so probably like a 7.
I might be biased because I really think I like anything that's like a baked good. Top 3 traits that are great. They're soft, lots of chocolate, and they are very low sugar. I'm on my second one. I don't think I communicated well enough that I'm actually really into these. Yeah, these are so good. Thank you, Sarah's Day, for posting that recipe, and I would love to have you know that I had this experience with your recipe, because nobody has commented on her video how the recipe is, and I'm like, are y'all trying it, or do you guys just watch it for kicks? Like everybody does, because I always watch recipe videos and never make them, and this is my first time ever following one, and I am so impressed. Pillsbury who? Oh my god, and like the chocolate's like so melty. Yes, so soft. But thanks so much for watching that, if you guys made it this far so far, and yeah, that was a good time. I loved that.